Having fun? Okay, good. Boy, what a weekend, and I'm honored to be here and be asked to be here. I'd like to ask you something. Are you willing to give up who you are for what you can become?
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
All right. I'm looking at all these young people out here, and boy, I tell you, I just celebrated my 50th anniversary in practice. Thank you, thank you. I'm still excited and so passionate about chiropractic. There's only one thing that bothers me, is that 50 years ago, numbers never changed. There were 7% of the population, and 50 years later, there's still 7% of the population under chiropractic care. If you read some of the old timers, the old philosophers, D.D. and B.J. and Ratledge, and they said in their writings that they were seeing 20 to 25% of the population. Where did the other 10, 20% go?
I don't know, it was 150.
What happened? Who do we blame? The MDs? Insurance companies? Big pharma? No, us. Lack of education to the public, lack of commitment to the public. I've been through it all these 50 years and seen it, and we got to get more committed. We got to take the chains off our legs. Got to take the chains and start doing what we're supposed to do, the way we're supposed to do it. Where there's no vision, the people perish. In chiropractic, we're the people. We're the people. We're going to perish. They're trying to change chiropractic. And what I believe in and what you believe in. It's a different way. We perish. You got to make your vision bigger than your fears. Make your vision bigger than your fears. The Bible says, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. We have the knowledge of what's supposed to be done out in this world. We can change the world. I've been hearing it for the 50 years and the other years that I was in school. With that knowledge comes a responsibility that we have to take it to the world. We need to lead the people. And you don't lead the people by standing where they are. You get out front and you lead. Take that responsibility. As a chiropractor, it's yours. We need to throw away the ladder of where we're on the bottom rung. We need to put a new ladder up there, be on the top rung, and start giving the philosophy and the principle to the people out there. They need it. They want to hear what we have to say. One man in New York City, Dr. Bill Werner, filled up Madison Square Garden with 17,000 patients. He gave a 2-hour chiropractic lecture. His vision was bigger than his fears. You students, you're going to go out there and you're going to have fears. Make your vision big, bigger than your fears, and then there's no problem. I'd like to tell a story about a church that was looking for a new pastor. They finally found the pastor. He gave his first sermon, and guess what happened? The people loved him. It buzzed through the whole congregation, and they loved it. The elders came back and patted him on the back. Week 2, week 3, week 4, he gave the same sermon. And the elders came back and said, why do you keep giving the same sermon every week? People love you. They want to hear the truth more. He says, I appreciate you for listening to me. But when you start living it, I'll change my tone. You got to live it in order to be it. Are you willing to become something different? You need to walk with certainty. You need to talk your principle and your purpose at all times, not some of the time, but all the times. Take that responsibility. Before I moved my practice into Reggie Gold's practice, I was given a health class one night. I wasn't going to give it. I asked him to do it. I set it up nice, 4 chairs here, 3 facing this way, 3 this way, his whiteboard. 6:45, he comes in. He says, "Where's everybody?" I said, "Reggie, I have 10 people here. The whiteboard is all set up for you." He says, "Go out there and get me some more people." Now, it's 6:45, it's dark. I walk out my office, gas station, one guy working there. To the left of me, the barber shop, that's closed. The bank is closed. The deli is closed. Luncheonette is closed. The only thing that's open is the saloon. I go over to the saloon. There's 20 people in there. I tell them my purpose of being there. Anyway, 16 of them came back with me to the office. And he told his story, but he wanted to get it to all the people. Out of those 28, 30 people that were in there, 19 of them signed up, and 16 out of those 19 became patients. I'll tell you another story where the responsibility and the vision is there. The first president of this school, Dr. Sid, he come to visit me one weekend up in New York. We spent time together. He wanted to see not Madison Square Garden, 42nd Street. Jay, you back there? What is that? Times Square. Times Square. We take him to Times Square, 42nd Street, Avenue of the Americas. And if you know New York City, you got this guy is selling rings on this corner. This guy is selling hats over here. She's selling pocketbooks. They're selling paintings up here. And we're walking up to 43rd Street. He goes to me, "Boy, I'm going to teach you something." I didn't know what to expect. He's on the corner of 43rd Street and starts giving a chiropractic lecture. Okay? 35, 40 people surrounding him, talking there like an evangelist. A cop comes along, hits him on the butt and says, "You got a permit for this?" He says, "No." He says, "Well, move along." And he kept talking as he was moving, and people kept following him. You see, that's a vision bigger than your fears. Please. People are sick and dying out there, and they don't know why. We got the answers. Why aren't we doing it? Make your vision bigger than your fears. Take the chains off. Take the chains off. Staying healthy is hard. Dying is easy. We're the sickest nation in the world, living the longest in bad health. Why is that? We got to tell people, students, learn this philosophy. Understand it. Be it. You'll change the world. Number 3 cause of death in this country is cancer. Number 2 cause of death in this country, heart disease. The number 1 cause of death in this country, according to the medical profession, is adverse drug reactions and doctors' errors. Their statistics. You see, if we can keep people out of the hospitals, take them off their medications, we can save the whole world. Isn't that what we're about? Don't sell care. Doctors, don't sell care. Care runs out. You got sciatic in 3 or 4 weeks, it's gone. You need to sell the principle. The principle lasts forever. Understand it. Use it. Be it. DD and BJ formed a hub many years ago. And in that hub, there was respect. But from that hub, different types of chiropractic emanated from it. And they all got together out there because they wanted to be tolerated by Big Pharma, the insurance companies, and medical doctors. I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be respected. And this profession is respect. Respect, respect. I was talking a couple of years back up in Canada, and I was running up to listen to the speaker, and I saw a sign that said, "Doctors meeting." I thought that was it, and I went in there. And there was a fellow up there by the name of Dr. Marinas. He's, I think, worked for the PhD, he wasn't a medical doctor. And he said, You take the philosophy away from the chiropractor. You take away his uniqueness and his future. If the hospital up the corner from you starts giving adjustments, what more do you have to offer? Learn the principle. Take the chains off. Become something different. Within the profession, they're trying to steal it. Changing it, drugs, etc. I'm proud of what I do. I've been doing it for 50 years, and I'm proud more than ever today. And to see you students and what the schools are doing, this school especially. Learn it, people. Understand it. If a patient asks you if you can help them, say yes. As long as there's a vertebral subluxation, I can help you. The above-down, inside-out boundaries, the paradigm gives us the no boundaries to take care of all the ills of the world as long as we stick to the principle. That's where the answers are. Tell you a quick story, my favorite story. This fellow goes in to get a job on a Thursday at this big department store, and the owner interviews him, gives him the job, says, you start tomorrow on Friday, 9 o'clock. I'll be back at 5 to see how you did. He comes back 5 o'clock. He says, how'd you do? I saw one person. You know, one person? All my people see 30 or 40 people. He said, how much did you make? He said, $105,000. He said, yeah. The guy came in, I sold him a small fishing tackle. Then I talked him into going to a bigger fishing tackle and sold him a larger fishing tackle. And so he bought the larger fishing tackle. So now I said, if he's going to go for big fish, he needs a boat. So I took him down to the boat department and sold him a boat. Then I figured he has a boat, now he needs a trailer to pull it. So I took him over to the trailer department, and we bought a trailer. Then I decided that, God, he's going to need a car to pull this here. So I took him to the car department and sold him a Cadillac Escalade. He says, you did that? The guy came in for a small fishing tackle? He said, no, it was Friday night. He came in for a box of tampons for his girlfriend, and I told him, your weekend is shot, you might as well go fishing. I'll lighten things up. I'm getting welled up here. I gotta lighten things up. Listen. Tell them what they need. Don't give them what they want. Think of the majesty of universal intelligence. Think of the wisdom of innate intelligence. Perceive the tragedy of the vertebral subluxation. And perceive the beauty and the poetry of that adjustment, what it does. Little Janie at 2 gets her first adjustment, and 40 years later, she doesn't get ovarian cancer. These are the little miracles that you do every day in your office. You make the lame walk. You make the blind see. You make the dumb understand. And yes, you even make the deaf hear. Think of what you can do with these two hands. Several years ago, I accepted the principle full force, not watered down. Providence moved in and changed my life. People came in by the droves. They brought their families. They brought the kids in. The kids were running up and down the aisles. They paid cash. They couldn't wait to get adjusted. They came in for the right reasons. That was the fun of it. I accepted all, regardless of condition or financial ability to pay. We made it work for everybody. No, this weekend is a new chapter in chiropractic. We all have a verse to put into that chapter. Make your verse a prayer to the universe. Let it show out. Take the chains off. Make your vision bigger than your fears, please. Time is running out.